Alright, so tonight, I've got a few stories lined up for you, and all of them circle around something that seems completely normal. Something you probably wouldn't even think twice about. A knock at the door, because let's be real, most of the time, it's nothing. Maybe a delivery, maybe a neighbor, maybe just someone at the wrong house. But every now and then, that simple sound means something isn't right. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late. So, the first story. This one's about a guy living by himself in a quiet rental place. The kind of area where nothing really happens. He works freelance, mostly at home. Long hours, late nights, and one evening, out of nowhere, there's a knock. Nothing aggressive, just a normal knock. He opens the door, and there's this man standing there, saying he's a delivery driver, holding a package, asking for a signature, except the name on it doesn't match, not even close. The guy tells him he's got the wrong house, and the driver just kind of nods, apologizes, and leaves. Simple, right? Nothing strange about it. At least, that's what he thought. Until the next night. Same time, same knock. Same guy, same excuse. Needing a signature for someone who doesn't live there. Now, it feels a little off, but still, not enough to panic. Maybe just a mix-up. Maybe the address is wrong. So again, he sends him away. But then it happens again and again. Over the next few nights, same pattern, same calm voice, same fake delivery. And now it's starting to feel wrong in a way he can't explain. Like something is building. Something he doesn't fully understand yet. So one night, instead of opening the door right away, he waits, looks through the window, and that's when he sees him, not at the door, not knocking, just standing further out, near the tree line, barely visible in the dark, completely still, just watching the house, not moving, not calling out, nothing, just staring. And that's the moment everything shifts. Because now, it's clear. This was never about a delivery. So he turns off the lights, tries to stay quiet, hoping the guy will leave. And after a while, it seems like he does. But later that night, when everything's silent, when he's lying in bed, trying to convince himself it's over, he hears something, a soft sound at first, almost easy to ignore. But then it happens again, clearer this time, coming from the back of the house. He gets up slowly, heart pounding, trying not to make any noise. And then he hears it again, the back door handle, slowly turning like someone is testing it, gently at first, then a little harder, followed by this faint scraping sound, like something pressing against the door, trying to force it open. And in that moment, there's no doubt left. Someone is trying to get inside. He freezes, not knowing what to do, just standing there in the dark, listening as the handle keeps moving, until suddenly it stops. Complete silence again. And somehow, that silence feels even worse. Because now he doesn't know if the person is gone, or still out there, waiting. Eventually, police get involved, and when they catch the guy, it all makes sense in the worst way possible. He wasn't delivering anything. He'd been using that excuse, night after night, to figure out who was home, who was alone, which houses were easy targets. And once he knew, that's when he would try to break in. And the thought of how close that came, it just stays with you. Now the second story. This one takes place during the Christmas season, in a quiet area where everyone kind of knows each other. A family living in a cozy home, decorated for the holidays, everything feeling normal, warm, safe. And for a while, things are exactly that, until one night, there's a knock. Nothing unusual, just a quick knock at the door. They check, but no one's there. They laugh it off, thinking maybe it's just kids playing around, because there's actually a local prank people do around that time. Knocking on doors and running away. Harmless stuff, so they don't think much of it. But then it keeps happening. Random nights, random times. Always the same thing. A knock, and then nothing. No one outside, no footprints, no explanation. And slowly, it starts to get under their skin. Not enough to scare them completely, but enough to make things feel a little off. Like something isn't adding up. Still, they convince themselves it's just a prank. It has to be. Until Christmas night, when everything changes. The house is quiet. Everyone's inside. The kind of calm that comes after a long day. And then one of the kids hears something. Not a knock this time, but movement inside the house. At first, they think it's just someone else awake, maybe walking around. But then they realize the sound is coming from the hallway. Slow footsteps, uneven, like someone wandering. And when they step out to check, that's when they see him, a stranger, inside their home, just walking through the bedrooms, like he belongs there, completely unaware, or maybe not caring. And for a second, everything just freezes, because this isn't a prank anymore. This is real. They call for help, wake everyone up, and the father rushes in, grabbing the man and forcing him out of the house, pushing him outside, trying to end it right there. But it doesn't end, because moments later, the man comes back, this time more aggressive, smashing a window, shouting, threatening them, his behavior completely out of control. And now, it's not just fear, it's chaos. Eventually, the police arrive, and the man runs, disappearing into the night. But not for long, because in the snow, there's a trail, drops of blood leading away from the house, making it easy to track him down. And when they finally catch him, it becomes clear. He wasn't just some random drunk guy passing by. He had been around before, maybe even responsible for those knocks, watching, waiting, building up to that moment. And that's the part that really sticks. Because what started as something small, something almost laughable, turned into something that could have gone so much worse. And it all began with a simple knock at the door. All right, so the third one. This one's about a family who start dealing with something that at first just feels strange, not exactly dangerous, not right away, but the kind of thing that slowly gets under your skin the more it keeps happening. It begins with this guy showing up in their driveway, wearing a bright yellow raincoat, which already makes him stand out, especially because the weather isn't even that bad most of the time. And he's not just standing there quietly. He's yelling, saying things that don't fully make sense. Sometimes loud, sometimes just muttering, pacing back and forth like he's arguing with someone who isn't there. And the first time it happens, the family doesn't really know how to react. They just watch from inside, confused, waiting for him to leave. And eventually, he does. Just walks off like nothing happened. But then he comes back. Not every day, not on a clear schedule, just randomly. Sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes closer to evening. Always the same behavior, standing in the driveway, staring at the house, yelling, laughing, acting completely off. And over time, it starts to feel less like random behavior and more like something intentional, like he's coming back for a reason, like he's watching, learning, paying attention. The family starts getting nervous. They keep the doors locked, windows shut, curtains drawn earlier than usual, trying to ignore it, hoping it'll stop on its own. But then, one night, it escalates. It's late. The house is quiet. Everyone inside, trying to sleep. And suddenly, there's this loud, aggressive banging on the front door. Not a normal knock. Not even close. It's violent, repeated, like whoever's outside is trying to break it down. The whole door shaking with each hit. And they already know who it is. They don't even need to check, because no normal person knocks like that. The yelling comes with it too. Louder now, more intense, echoing through the house. And for a moment, it feels like the door might actually give in, like he might force his way inside. They stay frozen, lights off, barely breathing, just waiting for it to stop. And after what feels way longer than it probably is, it does. The noise fades. The silence comes back. And eventually, they convince themselves it's over. And strangely, after that night, it does stop. Completely. No more visits. No more yelling. No more figure in the driveway. And for a while, it almost feels like things are going back to normal. Like whatever that was is gone. Until a few weeks later, when something small doesn't feel right. One morning, they wake up, and there's this subtle sense that something's off. Nothing obvious at first. No broken doors. No loud signs of forced entry. Just little things. Out of place. And then they notice the window. One of the screens has been cut cleanly. Not shattered. Not messy. Just carefully sliced. And that's when it hits them. Someone was inside while they were sleeping, moving through the house quietly enough that no one woke up, taking things, going through rooms. And what makes it worse is what's missing. Not just random stuff, but specific items, including money that had been kept in the kids' room, a place no outsider should even know about. And suddenly, all those visits, all that time the guy spent outside, it starts to make sense in the worst way possible. Because it feels like he wasn't just acting crazy. He was paying attention, learning the house, waiting for the right moment. And the scariest part is, they don't know if it was him for sure, but it feels like it was, and that thought never really leaves. Now the last one. This one's different, quieter, but in a way that makes it even more unsettling. It's about two guys staying in a small house in a quiet town, the kind of place where nights are. In a quiet town, the kind of place where nights are. Completely still, no traffic, no noise, just silence. And one night, that silence gets broken, not by something loud, but by something very deliberate. A knock, but not at the door. At the window, just one. Soft, controlled, enough to be heard, but not enough to seem urgent. They both notice it, look at each other, unsure if they actually heard it. And then it happens again, a little clearer this time, coming from the kitchen window. So they get up, slowly, trying to make sense of it. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe just something hitting the glass. But deep down, it doesn't feel like that. And before they can even reach the kitchen, the knocking stops, only to start again, somewhere else. Now it's coming from the laundry room window. Same pattern, one or two knocks, then silence, then movement, like something or someone is circling the house, choosing where to knock next. And at this point, it's impossible to ignore, because it's not random, it's controlled, intentional, almost like a game. And it keeps going, window to window, kitchen, laundry, living room, each time just out of reach, each time stopping right before they get there, like whatever's outside knows exactly where they are and is staying one step ahead. And then finally, it reaches the bedroom window, the one closest to them, the knocking now right there, just on the other side of the wall. And this time, it doesn't stop right away. It lingers. A few more taps, slower, heavier, like it wants them to come closer, like it wants them to look. But they don't. They stay back, frozen, listening, until suddenly, it all stops. No footsteps, no voices, nothing, just silence again. And not long after, their landlord shows up, holding a shotgun, clearly on edge, saying he saw a pickup truck speeding away from the property, too fast for this quiet area, like whoever was there didn't want to be seen. So they all step outside, checking around the house, trying to figure out what just happened. And that's when they see it, the footprints, in the snow, just one set. Clear, deep impressions, going all the way around the house, circling it completely, passing by every single window where the knocking had happened, over and over again, like whoever made them had been walking that same path, again and again. And what's worse, there are no other tracks, no sign of anyone else, no indication of where they came from or where they went, just that one trail, looping around the house. And even after that night, even after everything calms down, that question never gets answered: who it was, why they did it, what they were trying to achieve. Because sometimes it's not about getting inside. Sometimes it's just about letting you know that they were already there, watching the whole time, watching the whole time.